So this is the outcome of what we want to achieve. Please kindly watch to the end and get the best out of it. So here I have my patterns, my basic pattern. The difference with an armhole princess starts, the difference is that at the lower part, I added 2.5 inches to the sides, right? This is a full basic pattern with an armhole princess that the video for the armhole princess that is just before this. The link is in the description box. So I added 2.5 inch by the side. You can see the line, right? I added 2.5 inches and connected to the waist line to form the flare. This is a 6 pieces blouse. So this is the armhole princess that I'm going to drop the link for the armhole princess that in the description box. So the main thing is that on the CF, I'm going to mark out 1 inch and then come down by the depth of desired depth I want for the front, about 3.5 inches, right? So I'm going to connect 1 inch like so, and from that 3.5 inches I'm going to cut that part away. That is the opening we saw at the CF at the top part of it, so I'll cut it off. Remember that when you cut 1 inch, you're cutting 2 inches when you open it. Okay, so at the lower part I'll come up by 1 inch and connect to the side. That is because I don't want the lower side to be on the same equal line with others, to give it a nice shape the way I want it. Okay, as seen in the picture. So on the front, that is where we're going to attach our zipper. The zipper is in front, but this 1 inch is going to be the black material in front of this garment. Okay, so we're equally going to cut out the 1 inch and use it to cut a black fabric that will be attached to the front, just like you saw in the picture before the video. Okay, so I'm making a balance mark of where to identify where the stopping or the opening is going to be. So all I have to do now is to cut on my black fabric and then cut other things on the main fabric, adding 1/2 inch on the sides for joining allowance, right? 1/2 inch at the shoulders and the sides on the other parts, but for the side I'm going to add 1 inch or thereabout in case of any expansion, just in case. Other parts is 1/2 inch. Okay, so you just have to carefully cut everything on fold. I've also cut the lining. After cutting the fabric, I cut the lining. Okay, the same way. Now on the CF, as you can see there, I've cut the lining together with the 1 inch that I did cut out. This is it, the black lining. In the lining I cut everything together, adding my seam allowance of 1/2 inch. Okay, I don't want to cut the lining separate. All right, so at this upper part too, I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut that part out just the way I cut the main fabric. We're going to cut it out to have uniformity. I hope this video is making sense to you. Please, if it is, kindly give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're a new subscriber. If you're a new person watching this video, I hope it's making sense to you. And then after which I'm going to iron my hairstay and my wording on the bust area. So this is it. I've added my hairstay and wording on the bust area for firmity, to give it stability, for padding, for whatever purpose you think it is used. This is how you're going to pad it. You can see. So I've joined this together, both the black fabric and the sides. I mean the bust area, the armhole princess, that I've joined them together. I've equally joined the back together. You can see the flay is coming out, but we don't want so much flay. The reason I added 2.5 inches. So I'm going to iron my paper stay on the garment from the waistline. This is because I don't want it to be too stiff. I just want it to have stability. I'm also going to add crinoline to it to make it um, more bouncy kind of, but I don't want to use peplum stay or any stay that is very strong. We don't want so much stability, we just want it to be firm. Okay, so I'm going to just iron. Once I finish ironing, I will join the sides together. Remember, I'm ironing this from the waistline and you need to be very careful. You know that this has already been joined, but then you can iron this paper stay separately. By the time I remember that I've already joined, so I decided to still iron it on top. But you can still iron it separately on the different pieces and then join them together. It will give you more flay than ironing it when it is already joined. So I'm going to I've for the design I used paper to cut the design and then extend the lines, okay, and then top stitched it on the garment. I top stitched it using my sewing machine. So the next thing before the zipper is to join the sides, right? To join the sides and then we fix the zipper. So I'll go ahead now and join the sides and fix my zipper. I've already joined the lining, everything together, right? So I hope you are doing the same thing. Okay, so I've joined the sides, I've also joined my zipper. And then the next thing is to attach the lining together with the crinoline. So the crinoline is going to be on top of the lining so that when you turn it, it's going to be inside. Okay, so this is how I'm going to place it after the zipper line. That is after the 1 inch. That is where I'm going to place it because I need the front to just be kind of straight. I don't need it to be bouncy. Okay, so I'm just going to, after sewing it, this is it, we iron and then use it to turn the zipper area. So I've turned one side, I'm just going to turn the other side to finish the zipper area properly. That is total covering, backed out finishing or inseam finishing, whichever one you understand. That is exactly what is going on here. So this is how it is. Make sure you sew on the zipper so that you'll be able to finish it properly. Don't sew after the zipper, sew on the zipper line, the part that needs to be sewn on. So after which I'll sew it just the way my hand is going and notch for relaxation. Okay, so this is it. Now the next thing is to attach our collar before the sleeve. I'll measure around the neckline, whatever it gives me. I'll divide it into two and use it to cut on the paper. Raise that part by 1 inch or 3/4, 0.75. Mark the midpoint and connect the line to the midpoint. So once I connect the line to the midpoint, I'm marking 1 inch on all the parts, like so in the video. I'm marking 1 inch and I'm connecting it this way. The zipper is a standing collar. The collar is a standing collar, not the zipper. The standing collar. So this is the only part that we need. So I'll cut it now and use it to cut on the fabric. Two pieces is what we need. One will serve as the main collar, the other will be to turn it, and then we sew it to our garment. I hope this video is making sense to you. Please, if it is, give it a thumbs up, share it to your loved ones and to your friends, to fashion people that you know. Make a comment. Is it interesting to you? Make a comment. Did you learn something from it? Drop a comment. We appreciate. So I've cut two parts of it, and I'm going to iron stay on it so that it is stable, because the fabric is not a stable one. So I'm going to iron my stay before joining. Stay before joining. Okay. So stay it separately, and then join it. So after joining, I'll make sure you iron and then locate the midpoint. Sew one part of the collar to the garment, or sew everything together and then use the lining to turn it. Okay. So here is to cut the sleeve, just a small sleeve of about 6 or 7 inches, 6 inches, and then the 1 inch is for the folding or hemming allowance. This is a freehand cutting, and all you have to do is just to connect with your hand. Come down by 3 inches or 3.5 inches, depending on the person's size. Right? Mark the round armhole. Mark the round armhole and connect. Then use your free hand to connect the sleeve cap like this. Add your seam allowance. Add your seam allowance and cut. And once we finish cutting, we're just going to attach it to our garment, and everything will look so beautiful. This is one. We're going to cut the second one. Use lining to turn it. If you have lining, it is neater when you use lining to turn the hem part of it for neat finishing. Okay, so here is the lining, and we're going to fold, as in sew it at the hem part, use it to turn it and attach to our garment like this. So I hope you learned something from this video. If you actually did, let me know what you think in the comment section. This is the outcome of what we have. Thank you for watching. Bye.